learning that a division of Jack Dorsey's financial technology company Block has launched C equals, which is a new business entity focused on improving liquidity and routing on the Lightning Network, which is Bitcoin's layer 2 scaling system. So what is this all about, Christy?
Well, we talked actually, I think it was last week, a little bit about Bitcoin liquidity on the Lightning Network and what that means. So as we know, as you just said, it's a layer 2 that it enables faster transactions, cheaper transactions on Bitcoin by taking the transactions off of the main network and doing them sort of like on a side platform, well, a layer 2, back and forth. You can do all kinds of transactions off of the network and then finalize the result. At the end of the day, you could do hundreds and hundreds of transactions and then finalize the resulting state on the Bitcoin network. But what is required in order to do that is liquidity in the Lightning Network platform. If you look right now, the amount of network capacity, the amount of Bitcoin locked up right now in the Lightning Network is 5,385 roughly Bitcoins, which is around $120 million, which sounds like a lot, but isn't actually all that much. And what we need to be able to do is when we send Bitcoin onto the Lightning Network, we need to make sure that within each of those channels, you have to send your transaction from node to node through channels. You have to make sure that whatever you're trying to send on the network through a channel has that capacity locked up in that particular channel in order to make the hop from one node to the next. And sometimes the capacity in those individual channels isn't quite enough. So transactions can fail, and we've been seeing that happen. And don't forget that the Lightning Network is a very new, still somewhat experimental layer, and we're still trying to figure out the best way to make things work, trying to improve the technology, and trying to increase the liquidity and the capacity in those channels. So what Jack Dorsey's TBD, which is a division of Block, has launched with C equals is this new entity focused on improving liquidity within the channels, but also working on some of the infrastructure that's going to boost the network reliability. And what is exciting about this is that, well, Jack Dorsey has been quite a proponent of Bitcoin over the last little while, but the Lightning Network especially, he sees the promise in the network and is putting his money where his mouth is in terms of supporting it. So this could be quite a good boost for Lightning Network infrastructure and reliability.
All right. I was surprised you said that there's only about just over 5,000 BTC in capacity on the Lightning Network when we're reporting that the total circulating supply of Bitcoin bridged onto Avalanche is like 8,500 Bitcoin. And I'm wondering.
Well, I you know what? I really don't know what's going on with Avalanche right now, and how that's going to compare. That sounds like an awful lot of actual Bitcoins. But I don't know how that system works. So
right.
I'm not sure how to compare that.
And there's also some significance behind C equals, correct?
Oh, yeah. Well, do you mean the name itself? Yeah, the name itself is actually a reference to the speed of light in E equals mc squared.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little nod to Einstein. So yeah, kind of cute.
Right.